All right, in this video, I'm going to go over how to write a matrix equation. When you're writing a matrix equation, you're really starting with a system of equations, which comes up with two different parts. You have your variables on the left-hand side of the equation, and your constants on the right. It's very important that your two equations or your three equations or however many you're dealing with are in the same format. So on this one, they're in standard form. It goes x, y equals the constant, x, y equals the constant. And it's really important that it's in that order. When we write the matrix equation, we're really going to write three different matrices. The first one is going to be all of the coefficients, which are the numbers in front of our variables. So right here, it's going to be 2 and 3 from this first equation. Right here, it's going to be 3 and 2 from this second equation. Your second matrix is going to be your variables. In this case, it's going to be x and y. And then your third matrix are your constants, or what they're equal to. So 14 and 12. Fairly simple. It's going to be like that every single time. The same thing is true if I have three different variables in my equations. And this, of course, is also true if I have fractions. The numbers don't matter. I'm going to set it up the same. So I'm going to have the coefficients right here, 2, 3, -2, 3, -1, 14, 1, -9, -3. And then my variables, which in this case are going to be x, y, and z, equals my constants, which are 17, 11, and 2/3. So fairly simple to do. What becomes a little bit more difficult is if my equations are not in the right format or not all in the same format. If my starting equations are these guys right here, I want to first make sure that I can get them all into standard form. So I'm going to take this first equation down to here, and I'm going to reorganize it into standard form. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 4z from each side. And then I'm going to subtract 1/2 x from each side. Now remember that I want them to be in standard form. So I'm going to actually reorganize this as -1/2 x plus y minus 4z equals 9. I can reorder it as long as everything keeps the same sign. So now I have it in the form of x, y, z equals the constant. I'm going to bring my second equation down. I'm going to add 9z to each side. Remember that I want it to be in the form x, y, z, and this is in y, x, z. So I'm going to change it to be in the right format. And now it's x, y, z equals the constant. So I'm okay. Now I'm going to bring my last equation down. I'm going to subtract 3z from each side. I'm going to subtract y from each side. Remember, I want it to be in the same format as the other two. So I'm going to switch it to be 6x minus y minus 3z equals -9. Now it's in the right format. So I'm going to go back and write my matrix equation. The first matrix are all my coefficients. So -1/2, +1, -4. -3, +2, +9. 6, -1, -3. My second matrix are all my variables, x, y, z. And my final matrix are the constants, 9, 11, -9. And it's as simple as that. Now it can become a little bit trickier, especially if I start with equations that don't all have the same variables. Meaning maybe my equation looks like this. In this case, I only have an x up here, so I need to think, how many y's do I have? Well, if there's nothing there, there are 0 y's. And these are in the same format, but I really want them to be in standard form, so that means I want it to be alphabetical. So I'm going to switch this guy around to x plus 0y equals 9. And I'm going to switch this guy around to 3x plus 2y equals 14. Now it's in the right format, and I'm going to write the matrix equation. Remember, my coefficients go here, which is 1 and 0, 3 and 2. My variables go here, which are x and y. And my constants go here, which are 9 and 14. It's as simple as that.